Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the War Report, the show revolving around the awesome game that is PlanetSide 2, free-to-play, first-person shooter, massively multiplayer online. You can play right now if you want to.
Play right now.
Literally right now. You can
turn off the show and go play.
No, you have a second monitor.
Don't do that.
You have four monitors. You have the War Report on one. You
okay.
have the VOD from the last episode on another monitor.
Okay.
And then you actually play PlanetSide on another one. And then another one is for like Wikipedia where you're researching.
RedTube?
No, well, if you're into that, that's fine. I wasn't going there, but that's cool. But I'm Axel Toss. I'm joined by Jax.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Are they going to respond?
I feel like I like live chat during the show, so this is just me like going at it.
How are you doing though?
Good, man. Just got back from SOE Live.
SOE Live.
Yeah. SOE Live.
I didn't know if that was still a thing.
No,
so
I
mean,
we can still do it, man. It's cool. We'll bring it back.
How was that?
Dude, it was awesome. One thing I can say about PlanetSide 2, it has such a fantastic community of players. And just getting to meet all of them and interact, and it was just great times. It was a lot of fun. They have a great dev team. You know, Matt's there, unfortunately, but other than Higby, like great people. Yeah. And it's a good crew, great atmosphere, and I had a ton of fun.
That's awesome. SOE Live, people can check out the VODs of that, I'm sure, somewhere.
Yeah. Me and Golden Boy did a cast there. We premiered Hostin, which is a new continent that isn't out yet. Ooh. So premiered some gameplay of that at SOE Live. It was a good time. That's
awesome. Of course, lined up today, we have an awesome show for you. We got two individuals, two teams going at it. We got a TR squad, Validus Gamers, going up against a VS, which we call the Vindicators.
The Vindicators.
So we got double V's going on here.
Vindicators, multi-gaming team, a huge Vanu outfit on the Matheson server, very well known, great group of guys.
Yep.
And Validus Gamers, TR outfit. Also a really solid group of guys. We're able to pull together last minute here for the show. Cool. Once again, guys, if you want to be on the show, just tweet at me, ThatGuyJax, or you can email me at jax@tiwoutfit.com.
Boom.
So, yeah, definitely, email me. We want you on the show. We want to have teams featured. And, and if there's anything you guys want to see on the show, let us know. Definitely
let us know.
Reach out.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, we got some things we want to go through before we get into the action.
Awesome.
Some headlines. Player Studio. Can you talk a little bit about this?
Player Studio is a thing where players can make cosmetics and insert them into the game. And Tremella, which is the art director for PlanetSide 2, he's a tall glass of water, that man. Handsome man. He approves them, and then you can go in game and purchase items created by the players, which is really cool. So definitely put some stuff on there, guys.
We also have Recruit Rewards.
Yeah, so what Recruit Rewards is, it's a way for people to be incentivized to bring their friends into the game. So if you bring your friends into PlanetSide, you get XP and boosts, etc., and rewards for bringing them in.
You get stuff. So you invite your friends, you get some extra stuff to make your game experience a little bit better. There are also some bundles now available at the web store. Two which are being featured are is the weapon bundle, which involves a sniper rifle, a carbine, a light machine gun, and an assault rifle. Of course, you can check out PlanetSide2.com for more information, as well as infantry packs. Again, just two bundles that are being featured right now, so definitely check those out. Lots of cool add-ons to PlanetSide 2.
Bundles are a great way to save cash, too, because they're like significantly discounted, normally on like 50%. So I bought the armor camo bundle the other day.
Right.
I've been having a lot of fun with that. And, yeah, definitely check those out, guys. Grab a bundle.
All right. Well, that wraps up the stuff that we wanted to go over. But coming up next, we're going to have outfit battles going on. We got, again, Validus Gamers versus Vindicators. And, again, the main idea behind this is we select an area for them to control, and then they go battle it out. And we kind of get a sense of not necessarily who's better, but kind of at a particular moment, who has the most strategy, who can really come together and take these locations or defend these locations.
Yeah, you take a look at tactics, you take a look at how teams play, how quickly they move. I mean, movement is one of the biggest things we see here on War Report, because if a team takes a long time to get to a point, they don't win, they lose. I mean, straight up. Whoever gets there first generally wins. So movement speed is so important, and looking at different movement tactics throughout the teams is always cool.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Of course, PlanetSide 2 it seems like it's slowly incorporating more of the outfit versus outfit type scenarios. Battle Islands again.
Yep, those will be out soon.
Soon, coming out soon. So that's going to be awesome.
Stoked on those. We'll have those on the War Report sooner than you may think.
But until then, we're trying to do what we can to get these guys battling against each other.
Absolutely.
Have some fun. So coming next, guys, we're going to have the gameplay segment of the War Report. It's going to be Vindicators versus Validus Gamers. Stay tuned. All right, guys, welcome back to the War Report. It's time for the gameplay segment where we got two outfits going against each other. Validus Gamers versus Vindicators. And we've chosen the spot. We've chosen the spot.
We have chosen the spot.
Where's the spot?
West Foothills Air Dock is where we're going to start this party.
Awesome.
So, just giving you a quick overview of the base. Wow, my DPI is really high.
I see fire and smoke.
Yeah, so the players have just been informed that this is their target. West Foothills Air Dock's a very cool base. Obviously, it is an air dock, so it's got two major pads covering an outdoor cap point right here. Now, we love outdoor cap points on the War Report because they're not walls for us to bounce into. So that's always popular.
Yes, it's very. Sometimes the camera movement can be difficult in enclosed locations.
Did you let your guys know that?
Yes, they're on their way. They're actually in. If you take a peek at my screen.
The Vindicators coming in with a Galaxy.
Yeah.
They're going to be unloading their Bravo squad. Bravo squad moving directly onto the point. Their Alpha squad seems to be coming in here too.
Validus Gamers coming in too. Got two Galaxies of their own.
They landed. They had an infiltrator on the terminal. They hacked the terminal. So it's a TR base, but now the vehicle terminal is controlled by Vindicators. They're going to be setting up a couple Sunders. Pretty standard. Oh, wow, 3 Sunders. Pretty standard opener. Come into the Galaxy, hack the terminal. Validus Gamers not getting here to secure it immediately.
They're almost there. Look out from above.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God.
And it's a Gal crash.
Did everyone just die?
Look, Gal on Gal love.
Did anyone get out of there alive? Is my question.
I think,
yeah,
it looks like
they
dropped that sick MLG logo right there. Oh, boom.
Okay, so those Galaxies did not last a very long time. The question is, how many dudes did they get out near this point, and can they get that capture, or can they defend this location?
So the point is controlled by the Vanu right now. They were able to flip it in their favor. TR dropping on it, trying to flip it back to TR, but Vanu right now having a good control. This Bravo squad for Vindicators really holding down A.
Okay, yeah, I see that's what's happening. We'll have to see.
They're getting knocked out pretty quickly, so there's... All right, TR's coming in. They're going to flip the point back. The Vindicators Bravo squad has been eliminated. Their Alpha squad is over by the Sunder, but since Vindicators was able to get here pretty quickly, they were able to get some Sunders out. They have some spawn points. They should be able to make a nice little assault on this base.
All right, so this did start with TR control. So what kind of advantages does Validus Gamers have at this point compared to the Vindicators?
I mean, defending in PlanetSide 2 is always preferable. It's a lot easier to defend than it is to attack. Attacking, you have to create your own spawn points. You kind of have to create your own opportunities. You know, you have to flip the point and guard it. Whereas if you're defending, all you have to do is just flip it back. It's a lot easier. So, but Vindicators made a very strong opener here, so they're able to get spawn points up. They do have spawn areas. But Validus Gamers really holding down this A point.
Yeah, doing a good job so far. But obviously, as time goes along, it might get more and more difficult as different strategies are employed. So if you're controlling Vindicators right now and you're assaulting this area, what are you telling them to do? What's the best strategy in approaching this base to try to convert this point into your favor?
If I'm the Vindicators, I have to move into my entire squad. Right now, they're just kind of poking at the at Validus Gamers and taking little pop shots. You have to move in with like 2 full squads and take the point pretty much directly. I'd move in from this top air pad that this Bravo squad's on right here, but I would drop my entire squad in with maxes and I would just do a max rush.
Gosh, I love this position though at the top here from Vindicators. The VS outfit on top of this platform, taking some shots down toward that A location, trying to clear that out, taking advantage of the terrain down here, staying behind cover, because if the Validus Gamers are trying to hold this spot, they're trying to stay there, they're going to be vulnerable in that open location, and I like how the Vindicators are taking that cover and trying to get the shots down onto that point. Of course, once they clear that out, that's when they can try to jump in there and convert that location.
Yeah, absolutely, and it looks like they're doing just that. It looks like they're flipping the point back to Vanu control.
Yeah.
They did a good job of taking the high ground here. Now, if you take the high ground, you can shoot into the point. So it's one of those points, since it's sort of submerged under these 2 platforms, if you just sit up on those platforms and shoot down, you have pretty good coverage. But on those platforms, you're pretty exposed.
Okay, it looks like Vindicators do have control of that point right now, but Validus Gamers coming in from the left-hand side of this location. It looks like they're trying to get together, coming in from this ridge on the left-hand side, approaching that platform closer and closer to that point, trying to get that momentum in that direction. But at the same time, the VS are recognizing exactly where their enemies are coming from, focusing their fire in that specific location, trying to shut down that forward progress.
And the point's about to go back to TR. Vindicators did a good job of taking it, but they did not do a good job of defending it. They still had a lot of guys alive as the points flip. So now it is going to go back to TR. Vindicators not able to hold that point.
Yeah, and again, we have to keep in mind the spawn locations for both of these two teams. The TR are going to have control of that spawn room. They're going to be able to spawn there, be very close to their to the space, obviously, at any time they want, be very close to this control point. They can jump in there whenever. Again, defender's advantage is huge. However, the VS, they have to figure out a spawn location of their own. Does that mean a Sunderer? Getting that close by, a spawn beacon. We'll have to identify where the VS decide to try to set up those Sunderers to try to get that forward momentum onto this point and try to shut down their opponent. A lot of teams love just trying to focus on that spawn room. If you can keep the TR from just keeping on coming out of that spawn room that we're seeing right here, then that could be great progress in trying to bring momentum in your favor.
Right, I totally agree. Vindicators has a Sunder way over here.
Okay.
If you guys
How far away is that?
It's pretty far, so that's the problem. This is not a close spawn point to the base.
Let me try to find out where you are right now.
I'm over by...
Is it west, north?
Like down the road. So this is not a close spawn. You have to go through all this terrain. This is a lot of open area to cover, especially when Validus Gamers has air up. So you're getting strafed by Mossies, you're getting hit by Liberators, and you're trying to climb up a hill. So they need a better spawn point if they're going to take this, because that spawn point's frankly ineffective.
Facility defended West Foothills Air Dock for the TR. Again, the TR doing a great job defending this. But what can the VS do? Yeah, I agree. They need to get that Sunderer closer. It looks like that's what they're trying to do. I see a Sunderer kind of meandering around those rocks at the base of this hill, but that's low ground. And whenever you're trying to go from low ground to high ground, it's going to be a little bit difficult. I wonder if they can try to get a Sunderer on the high ground somewhere. I don't know
even this Sunderer is going to be fairly ineffective because you have to climb up all these hills. This is a tough base. I mean, this is a base that you really need a close spawn for, or you need really coordinated drops with medics and to not need a spawn.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. So, as of right now, I'm giving the edge to the TR. Because they have that defender's advantage, they get this spawn room. The VS, what they need to do better right now, in my personal and humble opinion, is try to get a Sunderer as close as possible, but still veiled. Obviously, you want to get it really close, but if the TR spot it, then how does that really help things, really? Because I mean,
you have to keep it up. You have to keep it alive. It's a 24.
Or hide it. Hide it somewhere. Be a ninja.
Be a ninja. Well, they did just flip the point. Speaking of ninjas, they got that point flipped. Now, they've done this a couple times already in this battle. They're really good at flipping the point. They're really good at moving in, and then they just get completely wiped. So, unless their medics can keep these guys up, let me take a quick look at the squad composition. Yeah, they really don't have enough medics at all. They have like 3, and they should have more like 12. So
not a lot of support right now.
Yeah, they don't have nearly enough medics, and that's why... Oh, sorry, hit the space bar there. That's why they keep going down. They get wiped at these bases because they don't have the medic support to keep these troops up.
I just saw a big explosion.
Happened. And they got wiped out. That's exactly what I thought would happen.
Okay, we have a VS machine gunner just trying to be a little bit of a ninja here, trying to attack from the left-hand side. But still a big TR focus about around this particular capture point. So again, the TR is still doing a very solid job with this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, TR is doing a great job of wiping the Vindicators out. They're moving in, they're flipping the point, but they don't have the medic support to stay up. So unless they get some medics on this field, they're just not going to be taking this point.
Okay, I'm starting to see it. I'm starting to see, like, the TR, they have plenty of medics on...
They have medics, they have maxes. Yeah. I mean, VS are not utilizing their Zoe max, they're not utilizing medics. They're kind of playing like a pub squad right now.
A pub squad. Jack's throwing down.
No, they're good. I mean, Vindicators are a really solid outfit, so I think they'll do well overall in the show today. But this battle, they're really not showing the coordination that we're used to seeing here on the War Report.
So what's the next concentrated attack? I see a Sunderer there on the low ground, and it looks like they're all just running from that point. So it seems like they like that Sunderer location, but it's still a very long way to run. I mean, I like the location.
They just sent one guy in. They just sent one guy in on the point. This one guy just dropped in. He's flipping the point. Literally one dude. How is this happening? How is he not getting taken out?
The TR's just realizing
he's about to get smoked.
Yeah. But
oh no,
just like that.
He's alive.
He's alive, but
and he goes down.
Goodbye. I like the effort. But that's just gonna get flipped back over. So from here, I mean, what's the move for the VS? They keep trying to run in from that Sunderer location at the bottom of that hill, but they just keep getting, like, the TR are realizing this. They have all their guns focused on this location. What can the VS do? What's the next step?
So the VS really, as I said before, they need a closer spawn point because the TR here are pushing them from the hill. They're not even letting them get into the base area to even think about contesting the point. So if I'm the VS, I grab 1 to 2 Liberators, I put them in the air, and I just shell the hell out of this hill. I clear these maxes, and then I do either a gal drop or squad deploy onto the point, because these Sunders are just too far away to be effective right now.
Yeah, we'll have to see how the VS can adjust. Kudos to the TR, though, right now. Of course, Validus Gamers doing a great job holding down this point, preventing the VS from getting too much momentum in any particular direction because... Yeah, go ahead.
Taking a quick look at the pop, it's pretty much even. There's an evenly pop base. Taking a quick look at the scoreboard here, we have Friendly Canadian, #1.
Friendly Canadian. Dude,
yep.
I was in Canada recently, and there's some friendly people there.
I know, you were climbing mountains.
Yeah, man.
You're very outdoorsy. People don't know this about you.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I really.
They look at you, they see the light up sneakers, and they think, I don't know if he's outdoorsy, but you are a mountain man.
I'm a mountain man, man. Yeah. I literally took a week and I didn't shave. I was at the end of that trip, man. When I got back, it was, the facial hair was out of control. No parties. Not gonna try to be fancying any females after that little trip.
Yeah.
But speaking of which,
like that. You might be like a rough mountain man who's in a cave.
I have that side of me. I have there is a side of that to me.
But back to planet side.
Back to planet side, which is extremely relevant because we're on a pretty big mountain here. There's a lot of
rocks. We are on a mountain, and all the men are bearded, so...
They've got to be scruffy. They've got to be ready for war.
Multiple relevances here. Yeah, I mean, Vanu's just not getting towards the point. They don't have the spawns, and they don't have the Liberators that they need. They need Liberators. They need squad deploys. But they have a couple scythes in the air. I guess that's cool.
Yeah, they can do some damage for a little bit. But as far as lasting plans...
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I don't see a lot of congruency anywhere. There's not like there's any focus pushes in any particular direction. They tried that Sunderer push from the bottom left. It looks like there's still a bunch of guys spawning from that location, still trying to press towards that point. But again, you're starting from the low ground and trying to advance from there. I don't know how well it's going to work.
Yeah, and for this, I mean, next point we'll let the Vanu defend. Oh, but they did flip the point.
What the heck?
I don't know how they flipped the point. There's no one here.
They just get a random guy dropping in and running out.
Yeah, they keep flipping with one random dude, and the TRs. Okay, we got a couple guys down here underneath the platform. One guy again.
Where's the TR? Someone needs.
They're gonna come respond. I mean, it's only been 30 seconds.
That's true. Hey, it adds up.
Yeah. Oh. Yep. And that one random guy goes down. I mean, they don't have enough to defend this point. They need to really cover it. It's not a tough point to cover once you flip it, really, because you have all this high ground to work with, and you have the cover of the pads.
Yeah.
So you should be able to
and there's a lot of open space around the capture point, honestly. If you just get a nice visual of that location, you can kind of focus on that and keep the enemy away.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like they're finally bringing in... Oh, no, that wasn't a... Yeah, I thought that was a Liberator, but it's not. They're drop potting some guys in, but it's not really... Oh, it is a Liberator. I was right. So they're finally bringing in this Liberator. This is exactly what you need to do. I mean, it's an outdoor cap point, so you just bomb the hell out of it.
There's a guy laying down and shooting. Am I seeing this incorrectly? What am I looking at right now?
That is a glitch in the game.
Dude, can we get a shot of my screen, please? Because this is pretty cool.
The guy's just in chill mode?
He's just like, you know, I'm just going to lay down and shoot.
He's like, I'm taking today off.
Yeah. Oh, and he gets blown up. Dude, that's awesome. That is one of the coolest things I've ever... See, that's why PlanetSide 2 is awesome, man.
They flipped the point again. So now they have a proper amount of guys on the point. I mean, they have like 9 guys. They should be able to cover this. But I literally see one medic. And if you don't have medics here, as soon as these guys go down, like that guy needs to be rezzed immediately. Okay, here we go. Now they... Okay,
yeah, I see one medic there. If he can do a great job, I mean, this is definitely doable. Now, this might be the bit of momentum that they were looking for. The TR are now going to be pressured to try to keep this from flipping, so they're sending in some aggression of their own. Remember, their spawn room is very close to this location, so it's very doable to assault this. The question is, can the VS hold this point and keep the TR from recapturing this?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they can. The VS finally has maxes. This is the first Zoe max I've seen so far, so they finally have maxes out, and they're just doing absolutely devastating amount of damage. But, you know, these players are staying down for a long time. This medic needs to get them back up. A res grenade out for the TR. Those TR players able to spawn back up, but they're taken out pretty quickly by this banning force. Now, there's a TR max out, and he's absolutely taking these guys to Pound Town.
Yes. That's a great move. I bet he's getting a bunch of kills.
Dude, he just got like 4 or 5 guys.
Yeah, he's destroying all the things.
And he finally goes down, but not before taking out at least half that squad guarding that point.
It was a good effort.
Oh, wow. 2 more maxes. 3 more maxes. The Vanny are not going to be able to stop this push.
Not going to happen. You know, that was a good effort. I'm very happy with how that went for the VS, at least in the beginning stages of that altercation. They held the point. They had 5, 6, or 7 guys there. They had a max there as well. They had a couple medics, but the TR were there. They were ready to have that spawn room. They were able to dictate exactly what they wanted, and they shoved in there immediately to clear out the VS individuals.
So we're going to move them over to Deserted Mineshaft, if you want to tell your guys.
Deserted Mineshaft.
Yeah, because this is obviously, it's not going to be taken by the VS. New objective. Deserted Mineshaft. Go, 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 go. I find it's a lot more effective if you type in all caps.
Oh. Okay.
Boom, Peter Pan mode.
Okay, so now we're going to have the VS defending.
Right, and this is Deserted Mineshaft, guys. It's a very small base. It's a very simple outdoor cap point. I love having the show here because it's really easy to film. I mean, this is just the angle I need. There's an outdoor cap point. We can catch all the action. There's 2 basic walls on either side of the cap point. There's normally a lot of action in that box there. We sort of call it a kill box. And the spawn point's not super close to the cap point, but it's not that far either. So it'll be interesting to see how they take this, because Sunders can be set up right around the hill, have cover, and be easily accessible for the TR.
All right, let's see what happens here. It's going to be nice for the VS. They can kind of chill out a little bit, focus more on the defensive objectives. They're going to have the spawn room here, and they're going to be the ones with the initial advantage as this gets going. Because you remember that last point was defended by the TR. The TR started with it, so it's a little bit easier for them to defend. The question is, can the TR continue with their success from that initial objective and capture this point quickly, or can the VS hold on to this point and use that defender's advantage and get the TR out of here? For now, I'm not seeing a lot of action. Both these outfits just gearing up, I guess, and making sure they're prepared. And, of course, concentrated, organized assaults are a little bit better than just, hey, let's go kind of a thing. Organization is going to be key.
Absolutely. And we see the Vanu spawning here. I mean, they obviously just did a redeploy because it's their base. That's the advantage of defending, and when you're moving like this, you can just redeploy, which is quick. And the Vanu are setting up Sunders, so they're giving themselves alternative spawn points, which is incredibly smart in case they get spawn contained.
I like that. Where are they setting them up?
They're setting them up pretty far away, actually. I like they're setting up Sunders. I don't like where they're setting them up. It's kind of...
It's a good idea. You would rather they go about it a different way.
Exactly. I mean, I'd rather see Sunder like right here, where I am closer to the cap point.
Yeah.
But so right now, where are your TR boys? Are they coming in?
TR, I'm not sure where they are. I'm kind of focused on the point right now. It looks like they have... I have instructed them on the new location. I think they might be loading up into Galaxies.
Just hit the M button. You can see exactly where they are.
You know, that's a fantastic point. So it looks like they're still chilling near the West Foothills Air Dock a little bit. Let me check the...
Make sure they found...
Oh, I see.
Make sure they found out the new objective. Oh, they're pulling a lot of air.
They're back at their warp gate getting ready. They're very patient.
They're preparing. As a squad said on the show the other day, we're preparing the attack force.
Yes. Yeah, because like... one of the worst mistakes you can make, I think, is just like going in one by one, willy-nilly, not a lot of organization. So I like the decision to go back to the warp gate, get set up, get some vehicles, and then making a concentrated attack, and you know, try to get it in one fell swoop.
Absolutely.
So I like this, and it might work out a little bit better, you know.
And with outdoor cap points, air is huge because you can have liberators bombing the outdoor cap. This is a really interesting base. Like I said, there's a little kill box here, right around the cap point, and that leads to a lot of action right here in this small area.
Okay.
So I'm excited to see what happens when the TR arrive. Now the Vanu are setting up in the hills. They're being very sneaky. They're not having anyone do close cover, which is a pretty good call. So they can take out. They're getting prepared to take out enemy air that is incoming because they know that these guys are probably going to gal drop.
Yes.
Although I don't. Okay, this is a great Sunder location, by the way. This is exactly if I was Vanu where I'd put my Sunder.
Nice.
So kudos to them. I don't see any anti-air maxes. That's their Sunday. That's the cap point. No AA maxes, which isn't the wisest move because they must know that these guys are coming with Galaxies, at least Mozzies. But
sure
they do have some heavies up. Taking a look at the squad composition really quickly yet again, these guys don't like playing medic. They are not fans of the medic class.
Hey man, why support when you can just destroy people with guns?
There's a lot of heavies. There's a lot of heavies.
There you go. You see, I kind of like that. Running and gunning. You can do that. Like in PlanetSide 2, there is that variability, of course.
I don't know, man. Support's pretty huge. When you go down, you don't want to have to rely on your spawn room. You want to have a teammate that get you directly back up and get you directly back into the fight. So, I think medics also are one of the better fragging classes because of the guns that they have. I know at least on my NC, sure, medic's the best fragging class, and I think on TR, I'd argue that medic's the best fragging class. Obviously, other than Max's.
Okay. Let's see what happens here.
You guys coming in?
I think there's still some frolicking
They're
at
still
the TR
preparing
warp
the
gate.
attack force.
Yeah, there's still some preparation at the warp gate. It looks like there is a squad still at the west of Foothills Air Dock. They're kind of making their way a little bit closer. They're coming up the eastern side of the deserted mine shaft, slowly but surely coming forward. Looks like they have 2 Sunderers there. And then a bunch of guys on foot. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that. They're definitely going to try to be attacking from the east side. They might try to coordinate a little bit as far as waiting for those guys from the warp gate to arrive before really trying to launch themselves into that location. But definitely being very patient and taking their time about it.
Yeah, I'm going to send the guy a quick tell just to make sure he knows what's up because he's taking a long time.
I mean, I think I told him. Yeah, he said they were coming. Proverbs has said that they are on the way. So just being very patient.
All right.
It's that period where it's like the calm before the storm.
This
where
is
it's
a
like,
lot of calm,
like
not a lot of storm.
When you're in the woods or something and you're like, it's too quiet. You know something is about to happen.
Yeah.
And it's way too quiet. It makes you a little bit antsy. You're starting to get a little bit of flutter in your chest. And you know that there's a big battle about to happen. It's all about that preparation. So, the ominous silence here at deserted mine shaft.
So how was Canada, man?
Hey, yeah, of course. Yeah, no, it was amazing, man. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like super outdoorsy and stuff. I see like granola bars now.
Hey, man, sometimes you need to just reset everything.
You just got to live on your wits.
Just take a week and just reset life.
I'd like to see our director Adam live on his wits.
Oh, he would.
I don't know.
I'd
give him 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
20 minutes.
I was going to say 15. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
What about you? How long could you last? Let's say I gave you a backpack, I gave you a stove, and I gave you a hunting rifle. How long would you last in the wilderness?
I think I'd give myself like 12 days.
Really? Before dying or before getting up?
Before death.
Just death.
Before death.
Sick. What would be your main strat?
I would find other campers and steal their food.
Whoa, okay. Interesting.
Because I don't view myself as much of a hunter.
Wow. Would you use the gun? Would you not? Like, you wouldn't load it, but it'd be a threatening thing. You'd be like, bros, I have a gun here. It may or may not be loaded, but give me your food right now, and this will be fine.
So I would use the gun.
Actual Toss gave me a challenge, and I have to survive for 12 days. It's nothing personal. I just need to live.
It's not you. It's me.
Right. Sick, dude. Okay.
All right, are you guys here yet? I think I'm seeing some shooting.
I'm seeing some shit. Oh, here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. This is what we were waiting for. We got mosquitoes coming in.
Wow, ton of mozzies in the air.
Yeah.
Wow, there are a ton of mozzies in the air.
Yeah, man, this is what I was saying. This was their strat. Being patient.
Yep, they have a lot of mozzies, but I don't see anything delivering troops. I don't see any galaxies.
Okay, I think, remember, they had a squad that was a little bit close. Okay, yeah, they're going to be coming in from the east side, so look out from the east. There is I'm going to spoiler alert here. There's a clump of troops over there coming in from the east location, advancing towards A. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that. I'm actually going to set my personal waypoint there so I know which way to look. And that's exactly where they're going to be coming from. So I think they're going to be distracting with these mosquitoes from the air and then coming in from the ground from that eastern area. And we'll have to see if this works out for them.
Yeah, so all these heavies are using lock-ons to absolutely light up. So they're saying drop pods to the east. Sorry, in the platoon chat, I'm just reading what these guys are saying. So they are aware that to the east,
yes,
those guys are coming in. Now they have like 3 Sunders set up. They have some light armor, some tanks, some sky guards. So they're definitely prepared for this attack. The Vanu are looking much better at this phase than they did the last phase.
All right, something just got destroyed, but I'm on top of one of the squads here from this TR outfit, and they are running over the mountains here towards this location. They're taking their time about it. They're being very patient. Again, that's what we've said. The mosquitoes, do we have an assessment of the damage they were able to deal out?
Yeah, I mean, the mosquitoes can definitely do a lot of damage. I think for 24 on 24 battle, pulling like 8 mozzies was a bit much. But right here, we have a lot of action. This harasser moving in, running into like 10, 11 enemy troops. It's going to take out 3 and then get out of there. So that harasser, oh no, he's coming back in. He's smoking, but he's in it for the long haul. They jumped out.
Oh!
So they did jump out of that harasser, and they're trying to take out this this forward Terran force. They're setting an attack force up, pushing up the battle line, and not letting them into the base, which is a great move. Manny looking very good here.
So the TR, you know, they spent all that time setting up in this location, and they just got cleaned up in about a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a perfect example of the VS taking the fight to the TR. And this is so interesting, because if we remember the first objective we had, it's all about the defender's advantage. It seems like the defender is just completely overwhelming the assaulter so far.
Neither of these teams are really using like drop strategies or galaxy drops. They're just they're moving in from very far away locations, and it's going to be too far to be effective.
Okay, let's see how they adjust. I'm going to glance at my map really quick to see if there are going to be any concentrated. So they're all back at the warp gate once again. Looks like they're going to reset up and try to come up with a different strategy in assaulting this location.
They like taking their time.
They do.
They're a very patient team.
They're very patient. They want to make sure they know what they're doing and make sure they're coordinated and make sure they take it. They're very efficient with their time.
I feel like they're buying bundles right now.
They might. Yeah, they could be buying bundles. That's absolutely a possibility.
Talking about their day. Maybe one of them recently took a vacation.
You know, you're absolutely right. Maybe they're trying to relate that to the current situation. Like, guys, you know, this situation is familiar. I saw a coyote on my trip. I didn't know how to approach the coyote. He was going to destroy us, but what ended up working out was proper planning, staying together, and going with a very nice assault, but being very patient about it. And then he's like, you know, we need to be patient right now and make sure we do this right.
Maybe they're saying, what is the proper form of escape from an alligator, which we all know is to zigzag.
You think so?
Oh, it's a fact.
No, dude, you just straight up run. You just straight up. Why don't you zigzag?
They're zigzag because their eyes they can't adjust fast enough, so they.
No, they're slow. They're slow though. So if you're zigzag, you're just no. See, you don't understand. Okay, because if you zigzag, guess what? You're going slower, which means what? The alligator will be able to catch up to you.
Dude.
Whereas if you just run straight, there's no way in heck that alligator's going to chase you.
I don't.
What terrain are we talking about?
I mean, pretty much any terrain. The go-to strategy
zigzag
is
any
to
terrain
zigzag.
that can't even be true.
Yeah, they have poor lateral control, as they're saying in the control room.
Speaking of control, oh, look at this shot.
Oh, wow.
Sickest cameraman.
Oh, man.
Dude, this actually involves a lot of micro. People are looking at this.
Yeah, the cameras are...
Oh, gosh.
Wow, these guys are getting shelled here on my screen. Wow. Okay, if we can show the screen. Okay. They're getting shelled by Liberator. They're all up on the top of this mountain. They're getting a little too complacent. Then Liberator comes in and just shells the hell out of them. He's able to take out like 6. They do have a medic, but they're getting chewed up pretty quickly here.
Oh, God, this is so difficult.
They're probably like, wow, this mountain, not a wise choice. You know, I bet at least one of these guys is yelling out, zigzag, zigzag.
Maybe. Maybe. I'm still not sold on that theory. Okay, I have the sickest shot right now. I'm fine. I figured it out. Dude, I should be next. Best cameraman. Best cameraman NA. Oh, it looks like they are losing connection a little bit.
Best cameraman KR?
He said, Proverb says, is point going to change because we are losing connection?
They lost connection because they took 45 minutes to get to the point.
Yes.
Yeah, we can move it.
We'll see. Let's wait and see how this Galaxy does. I'm following it with the sick camera shot. The sickest camera shot.
All right, we're going to move it over to Moss Basin Mine Shaft. Tell you guys.
Okay. Okay. Moss, what is it again? Moss Basin.
Moss Basin Mine Shaft.
Shaft.
So we are going over to Moss Basin Mine Shaft on another battle here on MLG's War Report.
Oh, yeah. Where?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if I can find it. Moss.
Snap it to a Slim Jim.
Okay, so they're going to have to... I wonder where the Galaxies were.
This is another really cool base. We've actually had very successful episodes here because it's once again an outdoor cap point.
Oh, okay, so the Galaxies immediately turned around now that they know what's up. I'm still following them.
They're like, man, new point. We got to go back to the warp gate. we need a new strategy.
Dude, Jax, you're harsh today, man.
Well,
you are harsh today. I love it.
Oh man, these guys are they're gonna flame me so hard on Reddit. They're gonna
like I can see the YouTube comments now. Jax is a jerk. We're just trying to set up and make sure we do it right. Why can't you just be optimistic and say the good things about what we're doing?
I know, guys. I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm a pretty nice dude.
Here we go. Galaxy's coming in.
It's just in the time it took him to get to that point, Kim Kardashian had another baby.
Oh, I tried to do a sick camera shot. Oh my God, that was awesome. That was awesome. Okay.
All right, they're here. They have arrived. They're here.
SOE Live.
SOE Live. Oh man, I think the next SOE Live is already passed in the time we waited for that team to get to that base.
Dude, I love it. Jax, so sick. Keep it up, man.
Oh.
I'm too, I don't know.
These guys, they're going to hate me. I think they're a good outfit. They did a good job defending the first base.
Yes. Oh, man.
Now, so this base is VS controlled, but only for another second, and the TR get it.
Boom! Just like that, they're like, it doesn't even matter. You see Jax? You see Jax? That's why it was on purpose. We expected you to have that reaction. We expected you to change the point just so we can convert it as fast as we did. And guess what?
Part of their strategy.
Exactly.
They're just going to wait me out.
They're super metagaming, man. They're like, they were watching every episode of the Warport, like, we know how Jax works.
Yeah.
If we're just really slow,
if we just don't go to the
we're
point,
going to piss Jax off to where he changes the point so that we get a nice advantage and then we win easily.
Yeah. They're like, guys, if we just don't go, maybe they'll pick one more favorable to us. That's a good idea.
You just got out metagame, Mr.
I did get out metagame.
That's so
Best
sick.
metagame NA.
Okay, so VS, now what are they going to do? Are they going to go back to their warp gate?
Well, the VS had control of the base. I mean, they only had like 45 seconds to get there, so I'm not surprised they didn't get there in time. It was a tall order, but now they have to re-assault.
And we chose the point kind of when the Galaxies were like ready to go and when they were literally on top of it. So
yeah, the
VS were like spending all their time defending that one location. Preparing, like, think about it. You're sitting there and you're like, okay, where's the enemy outfit? You're preparing for the absolute worst because you're terrified.
Right.
They're taking so long.
Right.
What the heck are we going to be going up against? And they're just trying to fortify the heck out of this location. Boom, it's changed.
Validus Gamers just playing that metagame.
That metagame, man. Changing
that
the
metagame, bro.
Planet side 2. So sick. Okay.
All right, so the VS are going to need to move in here with some force because the TR are set up on this hill. This is an absolutely gorgeous base. I love this base because there's a lot of dynamics to it. It's very easy to spawn contain if you're the VS. If you have a good Sunder, you can shut the attackers down here. I don't think there's a strong defender advantage in Moss base in Mind Chat, personally. Some people may disagree with me. I think it's one of the more attackable bases.
Okay.
I mean, there's definitely some defender's advantage. Every base inherently has a defender's advantage, but this one less so because the spawn is very far from the cap point. It's an outdoor run. There's not a lot of cover. You're vulnerable to Liberators. And a good place Sunday can be more advantageous than having the spawn. What is going on here with this Galaxy?
He just wants to cuddle. Oh. He just wants to cuddle with everyone.
I just want to snuggle.
I just want to snuggle. And then he gets destroyed. That's fine.
Yeah.
So
sometimes I like to be Little Spoon.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Really? I'm more of a Big Spoon kind of guy.
No, I'm a Big Spoon too. I don't think it'll work out between us.
Dang it! I was testing you. I'm a Little Spoon guy.
Oh no. That metagame.
Okay, stop. Stop.
Okay, stop.
That
it just got weird. So VS has 4 Mag Riders chilling over here. I don't know when they're gonna move into the attack. They have 4 tanks just not supporting the attack right now. What are they doing?
I'm watching the TR. They're
all right. 1 tank goes. He goes, guys, I'm going in. Leroy.
Okay. Where are his friends is the question.
They're literally just, they're not going with him.
Maybe they're going to ask you to change the point.
Yeah, right? They're just like, screw that. We're just going to wait it out.
And say they're losing connection.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. Okay.
So the TR is set up right here.
Yeah, they've got this location on lockdown right now. They're trying to predict where their enemies are going to come from.
I mean, it's a tough base to predict from because it's literally vulnerable from pretty much all sides. So a strong armor push, a couple good Sundays, and the VS are right there in this.
Okay. Let's see what happens. The VS poking a little bit from here, from there.
Yep.
TR still have nice control of this. I see a lot of waypoints on this location. They're trying to lock this space down. They don't want to be confined. They want to have a lot of good spawn opportunities, so setting up alternate senders would be good. But I'm seeing a little bit more bright lights, which implies missiles are being thrown, guns are being fired. So the VS are making a slow push, it looks like, from the south location.
Yeah, they're pushing over here from the southeast, and they're moving. I mean, they're moving in very gradually, but they're doing the right things. They have the armor that they need. They have everything they need to push in. They have a Sunder right here. If they can deploy this Sunder behind a rock over here. Oh, they have another Sunder right here. Oh, wow, that's a great Sunder spot. So they have a really solid Sunder right over here. You can see on my screen.
Oh, wow, that's 6 mode.
Yeah, it's a really, really solid Sunder.
So behind this building.
They're doing everything they need to do right now. So kudos to the VS. They're doing exactly what I'd want to do. But the TR doing a good job shutting them down. They've decided to start playing PlanetSide.
To start playing PlanetSide. Oh, the Sunderer gets taken out. That's actually pretty impressive. I mean, there's a lot of armor here from the VS that I would think would be able to protect that, but the TR are able to identify that immediately. But still, so many, so much armor here from the VS, still pressing forward.
Yep, and they're able to keep these Mag Riders up, which is huge with this resource system. Obviously, you don't want to lose your tanks. A, because you lose the timer on it, and B, because the resources. So.
Where'd the TR go? I'm not seeing them, unless I'm blind. The VS might just swoop in here and take this. They have so look at all this.
They're doing a really good job.
Man. It's like
they're doing a really good job now. They need a softie on the point. They literally have a tank on the point, just 2 tanks just sitting there on the point. So now they need someone to get out of the tank, flip the point.
Everyone's like they're drawing straws right now.
They're like,
right, I'm not getting out of this tank. Yeah, man. You go. No, you go, man. No, you go. Okay, we got one brave soldier coming out here.
He's like, man, I really don't want to be out of this tank. Sweet MLG logo on that tank. Obviously, if you rock an MLG logo in game, you're then better at PlanetSide. I think that's a fact.
I think that is, that might be true.
I think it actually makes you like YOLO Beaver swag,
YOLO
MLG Pro.
Beaver swag, yes. I've heard that too. And the VS is just like, all right, whatever, we got it.
Yep.
Now what? What's next, Jax? Is there anything else you want us to do? We're here.
Yeah, they're doing. I mean, look at this point. I mean, this point is surrounded by tanks.
Where are my TR bros?
This is one of the more secure points. Did they leave?
Oh, here we go. They might be back at the warp.
Back at the warp gate.
No, they're not. Okay, they're loaded up in a couple Sunders. It looks like. I'm gonna set my waypoint there.
I mean, they do own the base, so they could always spawn.
That's true.
Inside the base.
That would be too difficult. That would make it too easy. They want to make challenges.
They're giving themselves hurdles, curveballs.
They want to make it more exciting and fun.
Yeah.
So we got 2 Sunderers deployed about a mile away, but now.
Well, there's a lot of tanks on this point. So.
Look, they're just looking. Look at the. I don't understand. What's happening here?
I don't understand either.
They're having a campfire. They're debating what they want to do.
I feel like we're being trolled.
We might be being trolled here.
And they're like, we should do.
No, seriously. Okay, logically, what are they doing right now? I'm trying to think.
Logically?
Yes.
I have no idea. What are they? They're like scouting.
They're literally.
They're scouting the point. They're like a forward squad, letting people know what the situation is. They're just spotting.
Oh, here they go. Okay, they're waiting for their buddy, and now they're going.
All right, let's see how these guys.
They're
roll
running. They could have just spawned.
They could spawn in the spawn room.
They could have spawned.
Why would you do that?
But they're going to run across the plantation. Oh. Okay.
What are these guys doing? They're not pulling any armor.
No armor.
All troops.
All troops.
Far away from the base.
Far away from the base. The good news is they have Sunderers deployed.
There's 1 minute and 50 seconds until they lose this base.
About a mile away. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see how much progress they can make. Again, everyone, you can bring your own element to PlanetSide too. I kind of like this. You're being patient. They're having fun. And they're trying to make it a little bit challenging, right? If someone asked me to make a basketball shot on the basketball court, they give me a basketball and they say axle toss, make the shot. Am I just gonna go do a layup, Jax?
I mean,
no, yeah, I'm not. I'm not gonna go do a layup. That's not what I'm gonna do. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw that ball. I'm gonna get as far away as I can. I'm gonna throw that ball. I'm gonna have it ricochet off 5 different things and then have it go in the hoop. Because I like it. I want to make it a little bit more difficult for myself. Because otherwise, it's just too easy. It's not exciting.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That's one way to look at it.
There you go. So now, now that we've decided,
just adding a little pageantry, a little pizzazz, if you will.
A little pizzazz. Okay. I like the coordination though. They're nice and spread out. They got this concave at the top of this hill. But I think they're about to lose. Have they lost that? They're still pretty far away from that point, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
And they're going to lose it in 40 seconds, making no effort to resecure.
And they could still spawn at the spawn room, right?
They can definitely.
Oh, it looks like
spawn.
it's a distraction. They're trying to pull the VS away, and now they're going to spawn at the spawn room and take it over.
I don't think that level of coordination
No, it's going to work. Look, they're all spawning there. Now they're running towards the point. This is the most ingenious PlanetSide 2 play I have ever seen in my entire life.
All right, they did finally spawn.
And they're getting it. This is the most next level metagame of the history of
they
metagame.
actually did flip it.
And the tanks are running back. They're like, what's going on? I did not expect this. Jax, we have been confounded. We have been.
And they flipped the point back.
My mind is about to explode.
The Vanu actually pulled all their tanks off an incredibly well-defended point, and the TR spawned in. And
it was on purpose, man. They're like, okay, here's the plan. Let's do something ridiculous. Let's pull them away from the point. Let's spawn at the spawn room and take it over.
And it worked. That was crazy.
Call me maybe.
Call me maybe. Catchiest song ever.
That was crazy. Here's mine. Sorry. Just stop. Just stop.
All right. Now,
okay, well now
4 tanks on the point, so Vanu able to resecure. That was a solid trick play, but they're able to get back there.
Trick play. It's the trick play, man. It's the one where you're faking a pass and you run it.
Yeah. Now
or you're faking a field goal and you toss it back to your running back and he takes it to the end zone.
Yep.
Sick.
It's like when you get a touchdown in baseball.
Yes. It's like in baseball when you throw the ball up really high.
It goes into the net?
Except you fake it. Right? And
yeah, and
it looks like you're throwing the ball, but you're not.
10 seconds here. The Vanu are going to be able to secure this point.
Uh-oh. Don't speak too soon, Jax.
I'm pretty confident they're going to get this.
Yeah, you're probably right. They got like 7 tanks. A nice idea.
And the point goes to the Vindicators.
The Vindicators.
Vindicators able to take that point. Let me hit M here and see if we're going to change the objective. You know what? We're going to keep it here for a little bit.
Okay.
So
I like it.
Okay. Objective.
Well, here we go.
Is still Moss Basin Mine Shaft.
Still so much armor here from the VS, but it's slowly getting whittled away. I mean, we have a lot of ground troops from the TR, from Validus Gamers, and this was all part of their plan as well, perhaps. They wanted it to convert over.
They wanted to flip.
To give their opponent a false sense of security, and now they're going to...
Validus Gamers are maybe the best metagame we've ever seen on the show.
The best metagame we have ever seen.
I think other outfits around the world are going to be taking note for future episodes on how to win the war report, emotionally and in-game.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so it looks like they're trying to make some progress here. They're slowly taking out every VS armor vehicle that's in the area, which is nice. The question is...
That's nice. That is nice.
It's nice. It's a step. It's a step.
Step 1.
There used to be 8, and now there's like 3. So, it's a step.
They're doing a good job of securing the perimeter.
Yes. Securing the perimeter is important.
I'm going to try and be just ultra positive.
Positivity. Okay.
So they're doing a good job of sticking together as a group and supporting one another.
Yes.
Like,
there you go.
Right here, hiding behind these bushes. That's great cover.
Buddy system, right?
Absolutely.
We got a medic here, healing up his buddies.
I mean, they're not as concerned about the points because they're just having fun playing the game.
Which is fine.
They're just glad to be here.
Absolutely. Oh. We got one VS hero. Trying to take down the assaulting TR enemies. Trying to hang on to this point. The TR having trouble accumulating momentum, and they might all be back at their warp gate, maybe. No, they're still marching in from that Sunderer from before, it looks like. So they have a Sunderer redeployed at a rock a little bit
pretty far away.
Yeah.
You can move it up behind that building to the left that you see on your screen.
Right over here?
Yeah, that'd
right
be
here?
a good Sunderer.
Or right here, or maybe.
It's a little vulnerable.
Yeah, or maybe
so
what about this pocket?
Like the standard spots behind that building to the left because it's pretty far away. Yeah, I mean that's
rather than over here.
Sort of what people do.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on that.
We will keep an eye on that.
You got to consider the warming up stage of it. If you just launch yourself into battle, you're going to start cramping up. Your gun might not be ready.
This is the foreplay.
You want it.
And Axel Doss is not talking.
You want to to warm up by jogging a little bit of a distance so your legs can get warmed up. And
get your body going.
You can get your team together. It's like in Lord of the Rings. Remember when they appeared on that hill on the 5th day? Gandalf? I'm spoiling everyone in Lord of the Rings, but that's okay. And the entire army ran down the hill. They had to run that distance, and that builds the camaraderie and momentum. That's what they're doing right now.
All right.
Where the sunset is on the 5th day, now they're going to charge towards that A
and
location.
And on the 5th day, the sun has set.
Yes.
Gandalf has appeared.
Yes, that's exactly what's happening here. But can the VS hold on? Can they set up themselves?
Jeez Louise. They're coming in. There's a lot of shooting here.
There is. The VS have it locked down, man. They know exactly where their opponents are coming from that south location. And they're just shutting it down, man.
They are shutting it down.
Shut down.
I mean, they're moving closer to the point. VS has some air here. They're going to do some scythe runs. These scythes are being very effective. TR should launch a couple Mozzies. I mean, Validus Gamers, very heavy Mozzie outfit from what I've seen. So I'm surprised they don't have more Mozzies in the air to deal with this this VS air.
Right.
Just kind of doing runs over them.
The VS really coming out to play, though. They have been playing this very well. And I'm wondering where the Validus Gamers have gone.
Warp Gate.
Is that... Okay, no.
They're just...
I will find them. Okay, they are at Chimney Rock Depot right now.
They're lying in wait.
Chimney Rock Depot... they're...
You know what they're doing? They're waiting for me to change the point to Chimney Rock Depot.
I think they are.
They go, guys, if we just wait here, maybe maybe it'll work.
Chimney Rock Depot implies fire. Maybe they're just trying to stay warm near a chimney.
You should shoot your camera over there and see.
Should I go zoom see what they're up to over there?
Go take a little zoomy zoom.
Let me go take a zoomy zoom.
And go see.
Let's go take a zoomy zoom and see what they're up to.
And this is a rock. They're beautiful creations in PlanetSide 2. Textures in this game are fantastic.
Okay, let's see. Oh, they're playing tag. Wait, no.
Nope.
Hide and seek?
Nah, that's not what they're
Charades.
Doing. They're playing.
Okay,
let's
charades.
wait for the other outfit.
Little House on the Prairie.
All right, so they're going to be grabbing Sunders and setting up spawn points and doing all that fun stuff.
Have you ever played charades, Jax?
I have played charades. I like charades.
You do?
You don't like charades?
I love charades.
I love charades.
I just don't know why it's not more of a thing.
I think it is.
You know what we should do? We should go out on the street in New York and just play charades.
In the street?
Just go,
not even in the comfort of the office?
We can go to a park. No, because I want to interact with the public.
Okay.
And then we invite people to play, we record it, and we act out video games. And we have people guess the video game.
Okay.
So like for PlanetSide 2, how would you act it out?
They actually released a really solid Chinese
see, they're so far.
campaign.
I'm sorry,
I
have
really
to cut you off. They're
okay.
so far away from anything, and they're just all getting shelled at by something.
By something. That would be a Liberator.
Yes, missiles are hitting them. Okay, go on, though. Charades. So PlanetSide 2. You're acting
PlanetSide 2 charades. The best way I could describe it is just really good cartoon.
You can't say anything, so you're already messing up.
Well, no, this cartoon commercial that they released in China does a good job of like depicting the game how I view it, at least.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely.
See, I can't tell if you're kidding.
No, you should Google it. Chinese PlanetSide 2 commercial.
Okay, so did we set the point right here? Did we accidentally move the point to where they are?
Nope, we did
no, we
not.
didn't.
But
these
guys, I think they want it right there, though. They're like, Jax, can you please make the point
the next point right where we are.
Yeah.
Right where you are.
Oh, we'd like the next base to be the road in between the two bases.
Jax, if you can do this really quick for us, we'd really appreciate it.
Oh, that English accent's so terrible.
That's awesome. Okay, here we go. We're starting to move.
I think you should do one cast entirely in your English accent.
You think so?
It's exclusively English accent, yeah.
Okay, I'll think about it. I don't think the world is ready for it though, because if I do that, people will be like, "Where did Axeltoss go?" And they'll kind of freak out a little bit.
Why is Total Biscuit in the studio?
Exactly, that's the thing, right? So I don't want to freak people out. The world is not ready.
The world is not ready for.
Sunder's coming up.
He's getting lit up by this air. These sights are all over him.
There's 8 people in this thing. Oh my God, I don't know if this will work. They're like, "Let's get out of here."
All right, so they deployed. They're going to try and repair it, but they're getting hit by Liberators. I mean, this air from Vindicators is all over these guys.
Oh, gosh. Look, they have all air, and they're just...
It's like a ham sandwich, and they're the ham.
If I was trying to think of a better way to put it, but that is how I would put it.
Pretty much the best way you could put it,
I can't, you did very well there. And man, I don't know. I don't know. If
yeah, they're getting chewed up by this air. They need to find a solution to it. They need to find a solution fast.
So where are they even? They're not. Okay, so they're trying again. Moss Base and Mineshaft is still the point.
Yeah, yeah. Supposedly.
And we're all the way over here in the east.
Yep, I think they.
This distraction method. They're gonna.
They can't spawn into the bit. I don't. You know, they're taking.
They have.
time.
They're gonna get a Ninja Sunderer and kind of sneak it around to the back. Maybe.
Yeah, I think.
It's possible.
I think that's their plan. They really just want to take that. They don't want to rush into it. They really want to evaluate all their points of entry and make the best decision possible.
We have one hero trying to make it happen, but it's not gonna work. One versus 8. 1 versus 8. Okay. Okay.
So the Vanu guys are very concerned about what the score is right now, whether they're winning.
Oh, are they?
I think they're probably
They
winning.
might be doing a good job.
They might be winning.
But you have not yet seen the true tacticianry that is about to unfold.
No, I think they're going to release it in next week's episode.
No, right here, I'm feeling it. Right now, the TR are getting ready to reveal their secret weapon. They're just biding time. They're distracting. And then we will see the true ingeniosity unfold, and we will be shocked beyond all recognition.
They are, they're making their way over.
They are making their way over. The true tacticianry is about to be unfurled in front of our eyes. I feel like there's some guys in the back that are just like, you know, I don't really want to go across this plane, man.
All right, and they're getting ready to move in from the hill from afar.
And they're running across a completely open plane.
Yep, they're like, guys, what's the best strategy to get to the base? And someone's like, you know what we should do? We should just run in uncovered territory without vehicles.
Jax, we need to stop being mean.
I thought that was a positive comment.
Here's what they're going to dig a hole.
Oh, they've dug a hole.
And they're going to go under the ground.
They're just,
is that possible in PlanetSide 2 yet?
It is.
Or
it is
did I
not.
just accidentally spoil a future patch?
That's a future patch.
Because I know all the information.
PlanetSide 1 had these things called caves. They were actually really cool. They were these like underground things, and you had to go in them and pick up like these things to power bases. They were really cool. I hope they introduce like a cave system into PlanetSide 2.
I think they're waiting for us to change the point. Should we just change the point?
We'll just change the point.
Okay, we will succumb. What is the new
let's see.
Objective?
Chimney Rock Depot should be like really easy for these guys to defend.
That's what they wanted. I feel like didn't we agree that's what they were trying to get us to do? Chimney Rock Depot?
Yeah. All right.
GLHF. Okay. Let me set my waypoint there. Okay. See how they react to the news. Okay. A lot of carnage happening here. What if they're like really upset that we just changed it? They're about to do their super secret assault.
By the time they get to the new point, Madonna will have rescued more children.
Dude, I think they're upset with us. They're like, dude, we had it, man. We were
just the Vanu are upset because they're like, damn, we were doing really well at that other point. I don't know.
Well, I would feel happy if I'm Vanu because I have something to do now, right?
I mean, I think they were happy to winning, silently winning.
I guess that's true. Well, that's an interesting discussion. Would you like, let's say you were playing.
I'm pretty competitive.
Let's say
so I'd like to win.
Would you rather play chess and win against a bunch of kindergartners or a bunch of chess grandmasters?
I'd like to win against the grandmasters.
Right. So you'd rather have those opportunities to show your stuff.
No, I just like to win, but I feel bad winning against kindergartners.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing, like,
because I normally compete against kindergartners in most like sports just to sort of boost my self-esteem.
I kind of actually, I've had that vibe about you, honestly. Ever since I first saw you playing PlanetSide and just dying all the time.
Okay. That just doesn't happen.
Well, no, because generally you're not used to the
the level of play.
Well, it's not even a level. It's just like you're not used to just general FPS warfare. I found.
Okay. That's cool.
You're more used to like the water gun fights and in the playground against the kindergartners like that. I got that vibe from you. Well, it's fine. We can work on that.
Coming from the StarCraft guy. Coming from the StarCraft guy.
We can work on that. We can.
Not used to FPS gameplay.
Hey man,
get out of here.
StarCraft is all about strategy, positioning, just like PlanetSide. There's a lot of strategy, positioning involved.
All right, Vanu flipping the points, and
already.
It looks like.
Am I at the right location here? I think I am.
You're at the right. Where are the TR? Are they?
This is their base. I'm looking. What's the capture
This is their base, so one might
they
think
have
that they might be
here. They have
here,
a spawn point right here if they want.
If they want. If they would like to utilize the base spawn, it's certainly available.
They were literally just here. Remember, they were all frolicking here, getting vehicles.
Yeah, and now I think that they're probably on Indar.
Oh, you know what? We forgot to tell them the continent.
We didn't forget. No.
You're right. Never mind.
Did you tell them Moss Basin though?
I told them Chimney Rock.
Or Chimney Rock rather.
Didn't I? Yeah, I did. I said new objective, Chimney Rock Depot, GLHF. So what if this is all my fault? Oh no, they went back to the warp gate. Why didn't we think of that?
Of course they did. I don't know. When they
had
a base they could redeploy to. Why would they not go back to the warp gate?
So they can get it in the galaxy. They're in 2 galaxies and they're heading toward a waypoint that's about
oh my god, that's
200 meters to the west of the base, and they have 3 minutes to recapture it.
These guys have to be trolling us.
No, this is the super metagame that we didn't think of. So this is again the distraction method that is going to be the future of PlanetSide 2. They're gonna show their opponents that they're at this location on the left, and then the VS are gonna go over there looking for a firefight, and then we're gonna see the massive deploy at the spawn point.
Yeah, so they chose to go in the mountains.
The mountains is a very strategic location.
Not really near the.
Not near where they could spawn, and defend.
Yeah,
the point that they have. That's getting flipped.
I have no words. I don't even know what to say.
Well, the mountains are cool. The weather up there. And look, it's pretty. Like they can be on a cliff. They can shoot their fireworks.
Those are the strikers. So
this is fun.
They have a bunch of rockets heading into the base.
Remember, guys, if you want to be on PlanetSide 2, the War Report, if you think you have what it takes to complete the objectives and take out your opponents, let Jax know.
Let me know, guys.
Tweet at him.
Tweet at me at that
girl,
guy.
Jax. Nope.
Oh, wow, that's so funny.
Wait, did I get it wrong?
Jax.
That guy, Jax.
I may only have 202 Twitter followers, but they're a strong 200.
You know, I didn't doubt that. I just got the Twitter name wrong. I apologize.
Dude,
they're just chilling on this mountain. What's happening?
I have no idea.
They're literally just chilling.
They're just getting. All right.
Jax, you need to. I blame this on you.
Yeah, I mean.
You know, I feel like I'm being really mean right now. No, they're doing a great job. Their strategy. See, they took out a Sunderer there.
They did take out a Sunderer.
Look, it's the slow, methodical movement down. This is brilliant. I didn't think of this. Yeah. And they're all dying.
Oh, man.
They're all dying. Why are there a bunch of... They all just died. Where'd they all go? You know, I think this is a good stopping point.
I think this is a great stopping point.
This is the replay. I will go over and analyze.
Yeah, that was...
You know, I feel like this is one of those moments where a year from now, we're going to watch this video, this VOD. And we're going to be like, wow, that's next level strategy.
No one even thought of that. They game changers.
They were doing this a year ago.
Yeah.
A year from now, we're going to be saying that about Team
Validus
Gamers.
So big shout out to Vindicators and Validus Gamers for being on the show. Once again, if you guys want to be on the show, that guy Jax is my Twitter. Just hit me up. Would love to have you. You can introduce some very next level strategy.
Next level.
As we've seen.
Yes. In PlanetSide 2, it's such a fresh new game. Who knows what the next level is going to be? Maybe you and your squad have figured it out. Validus Gamers, it felt like they had some very solid strategy that we just don't know about yet.
That's definitely one way to look at it.
That's my theory.
That's your takeaway. The takeaway is that they're just changing the game. They're innovators.
And I love that. Would you rather everyone just play the same all the time?
No, I think that was exciting is the word I would use.
Well,
exciting, exhilarating.
Yeah, it makes you think.
It definitely made me think. Made me think, what the hell are these guys doing?
I never in my life did I think, okay, you know, we have this base. You know, instead of spawning at the base, let's go a mile away. And then
and then just land a mile away.
Well, we stay a mile away and we make a slow push, and then we let our opponents know where we are, and then they all come towards us. Guess what? That leaves vulnerable the original base.
And they basically pick the bases for us.
You spawn at the base, and then there's no one there, and then
it was good. It's a good strategy. Next level. Next level stuff here on the War Report. PlanetSide 2, great game. It's the MMO FPS, free to play. Definitely check it out. Check out those bundles. Yep. Hit me up if you want to be on the show, and you know, thank you guys for joining us. We always love it when people tune in.
Yep, it was fun, guys. We'll see you next time on the War Report.
See you later.